that's been left in the gutter now. I need to light the beacon and release to form the next of kin. If nothing else is cause the evil's forming regiments. So I run around and help collect up all this evidence, remnants and dossiers, and all the countless ways to make you stop, stay, drop, lay, fade away in severance. But you can find me by the flame I live to stoke, as the elements of patience with an open fist and hatred coexist within the nascent bit of smoke, invoking hardship and peace. As the darkness retreats, then I'll march to the east, past the vacant and irrelevant, the brazen undeveloped man, complacent and intelligent. The venomous, just waiting for a bone to pick. Times and lines of truth to sever through the sum of not so new felonious endeavors. Just making and deliberating sentences, spraying out aluminum and rocket fuel to stimulate the cold and sick. Sure, it may be working, but the herd regurgitates the spoken myths and starts to argue whether pigs are really chauvinist. So if you're waiting in the smoke and mist, you better walk, especially when tethered to the enemy by letters, thoughts, and shoulder chips. It's menacing as anything, oppressive and erroneous. The message gets inverted from your own purpose. There's a reason when it comes to eyes, there's three of them, because from the light, energetically speaking, he, him, and I, we begin the moment that third eye blinks to see the seated prince of quotients grab a scepter to defeat the djinn. Hopelessness is measured in the sink. With a swim, then a flow, goes to show you're distinct from the drone. So I grow from the brink of the surface with the recipe to remedy and link the severed strings and circuits. Now I'm sure it's even deeper if I peek behind the curtain like a version of the set of rings for puppets, but this isn't Middle Earth.
Come on,
it's Earth
Keto.
stuck in the middle of a prison and a circus with the worst of its corruption. From the birth up to the death of kings, it's been a skirmish for the truth within this mezzanine, for freedom from the clutches of the spirit with the purpose to repeat the loop of seedless fruit, keep the frequency of fear in such repugnant secrecy. Love is set to run against resentment on a scale unprecedented in conception and belief. We need to move. At best we know what's left and we're defending from the suffrage, but at worst we're getting nervous, stressed, and led from its
abundance.
So then I'll do the song I just did. Worse than getting nervous, stressed, and led from its
abundance. Go.
I said at worst, we're getting nervous, stressed.
Go.
So I open up the curtain, working on some reconnaissance, checking where the motion is, drafting up a strategy. First it hurts to see a bit, then seconds getting off the fence urgently, setting up a route around the faculty. Cause thirdly is the prominence of fabricated scaffolding. Are words enough? Propping up a certain view through perjury, turning us to batteries, misallocating currency, and just so we learn to be mopping up at Applebee's. I'd actually rather be in the service of a certainty, saturating tracks and resurgency. It's not all of us, but I just know it's sure to be. Battering depravity, even if it's nervously. Past the backward statements, the path I'm facing demands. I keep it like snow. I take it in my spaceship, mastering basics that I need to plan a fight for hope. And on to separate the chaff from this cursed wheat. I cite and quote, perks are free, but check for bait right behind the shackles fling. So trading blows for raging won't set it straight by the time your waiting's over. Wasting most your time opposed to teaching how to fish. What's the reason that I grind?
And what's the reason we exist?
Maybe waiting closer from emotion to some agency. Then wait and see the rift when we shake this vacant make-believe. Take a seat or leave to go and face the painfulness. Patience is a way to feel grace. The race is traitorous. The game is vaporous, watered down and lifeless. But laying on the ground, I might forget where my saber is. Place your bets, take more threats. Tread safe, stress more, check the score. No best, explore, no stop. Outer space, top floors, lock doors. Don't knock and say less about the chessboard. Cause when a message seems to never have been said before on purpose, eventually it surfaces, regardless of the method or the route of which it's spread to reach each counterfeited, dread-ridden vestige of peace, still neglecting to seek. It's certain from the start, it's just the sheer amount of energy that's lurking in the dark with us, festering in everything with vanity and malice. And the fear I renounce and invoke in the palace. Check it, be land and sea can't be free. While it's withering calamity that overthrows the balance. So it goes as the flight of the crow that was sent for me was tracked, and the enemy react back to anything for bettering humanity. In fact, the hope is saturated and they stand to see collapse. Overflow the chalice till the throne is abdicated, with a little bit of faith and whole lot of navigation. Word of mouth I heard about the motive for oppression. From the callous and voracious, it's infection. Making static, and it's tragic and amazing how we're moving through this septic, but we seem to stay complacent. Boxed in, half as strong in Babylon, lost sick, ratted on, toxic, prone to isolation. Now I've read this equation. We're on track to spread the flock thin, but I know that the math is wrong. It's not basic, so go and get the message or replace it with nonsense. Floating through the matrix, only I will steer through the gates. In the meantime, with a free mind on the way to the truth. Said lonely I will steer through the gates. In the meantime, with a free mind on the way to the truth. With the free mind
on the way to the truth. with a free
You know what I
mind.
mean, though? I think that second song fits way better on this beat, like where this is where it belongs.
On this one?
It breaks down, like when I have some parts that like work with it, like boxed in, have it strong in Babylon, like when the beat goes away.
That part.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Plus, like hip hop heads go fucking crazy when they hear that beat. Like before I even start rapping, that you play this beat and people will just start losing their fucking minds because Necro's like OG.
I'm done.
OG.
Yeah!